My mom said some things to me about being the Slayer. That it's fruitless. No fruit for Buffy.
She's wrong.
Is she? Is Sunnydale any better than when I first came here? Okay, so I battle evil. But I don't really win. The bad keeps coming back and getting stronger. Like the kid in the story, the boy that stuck his finger in the duck.
Dyke. It's another word for damn.
Oh. Okay, that story makes a lot more sense now.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
Welcome to episode 42 of Revisiting Sunnydale. I am Camila.
I am Marcella.
And we are going to talk Buffy, Sunnydale, Whedon, and all that jazz. I have a little cold today, so please excuse any random hacking into the microphone or any of that stuff.
It's winter.
It sucks. Winter in Pittsburgh. Blah. But it's Christmas time here in real life now.
Yes.
So yay, there's that. Remember, if there's going to be spoilers, and please check out our Facebook page, Revisiting Sunnydale. Like it, post some stuff, talk to us. We like to interact with the peoples.
We do. Talk to us.
Yay! All right, so now it's time for unboxing.
Yes, I'm excited.
So I got back with Nerd Block. I put on like a 6-month hold on them, and then it came back this time around.
You're going to have to insert Reunited there.
Yeah. Actually, I think this was a good box. I don't remember. Like, I open it and then I put it away and don't touch anything until you come over.
That's what I do. And then I remember and I'm like, I want to wear that shirt so bad. I was going to say, but you're reunited, but did it feel good? We'll find out.
I
like the box.
I do recall really liking the t-shirt that came with it. So this is November, Nerd Block.
It's very colorful.
It is. And I have this thing.
No.
It's a Bob's Burger exclusive sodas.
What the hell?
I don't know what it is. Like, it looks like I'm supposed to hide my weed in it or something. Like, it looks like a soda can.
Do I drink it?
You open, I think you take it.
Oh, you do hide your weed in it? Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little container that looks
That's actually really cute.
It looks like a pop can.
Yeah,
with
who is this?
Tina Belcher.
Yeah. I'm not a I don't dislike Bob's Burgers. I just don't really go out of my way to watch it.
Gotcha.
If Hulu manages to toss it up there, I'll watch it and it's funny.
Yeah.
But I don't seek it out. But this is adorable.
I kind of go in spurts with, like, Dan really likes Bob's Burgers and I like it too. It's really funny, but usually it's like, all right, I'll watch like 4 or 5 episodes and then I'll be off of it for a while.
Yeah. It's really cute. It's like a nesting egg almost.
Yeah, I just don't understand where this thing came from.
Yeah. It would be funny to find like a smaller one inside of the next child and then like nesting dolls.
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Yeah.
But no, this is just like a Red Bull can. Like it actually is, it's a can.
Yeah.
And then they just put almost like a Dorbs bottom on it, which just gets heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could hide all kinds of stuff in there. But this is the kind of thing that you would put something in there, put it on a shelf, and 10 years later you're like, I found some old ass shit in this.
Exactly. That'll be it. I put it on a shelf somewhere, forget about it.
It's things like, Funko started this trend and now there's Dorbs and now apparently there's sodas and there's all these little collectibles. But this is a Nerd Block exclusive. It's cute.
Yeah. I still don't know if I need it.
No.
But, keep things like this handy. It's the time of year for Christmas gifts. So maybe there'll be somebody I know that really wants that.
Like if it had been a Buffy or a Spike.
Oh, yeah.
You're on the shelf.
No doubt.
It's just not my franchise.
Yeah, exactly. So I also got Lords of the Rings small calendar.
Isn't this? It's a bunch of maps too. It's not even like character. It's every month is a different map. I don't know these places, nor do I need to plot out war in them. I'm not going to look at this. This is a bathroom map because
I have no idea. Like this is absolutely.
Do you have?
Yeah, this is boring as hell.
It's boring as hell. It's just a bunch of maps.
Yeah, that's going in the box to give away or something.
And we got, our latest episode went live last week, and there was a little trivia thing in there. If you would have answered, no one has come back to us saying what the lucky code was. So nobody's getting that game.
Oh, well, your loss.
Your loss.
Guys, participation. Like, I know there are a lot of you that do participate with us via Twitter, and thank you for that. At Geeky Spice.
Yep.
But dang, you guys don't want to win stuff?
Right?
I don't understand. What are we supposed to do?
But we'll try it again. We're going to keep trying.
All right. This is really cool, and Dan was super geeked about it. A Deadpool bow tie.
That is amazing. When's Professor going to wear it? You can make it. It would fit.
Oh, yeah, it totally would. But,
Oh, this is cute.
But yeah, so I gave that to Dan.
I just rewatched Deadpool again for like the 5th time.
Oh, really?
And I just love that movie.
It's so funny. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy that.
I was telling Raven the other day, I absolutely love the scene where he's just like, look, superhero landing. He's going to do a superhero landing. It's my favorite part in the whole movie.
Really good. I got a pen. I think it's Marty McFly's tennis shoe.
Oh, yeah, from Back to the Future 2.
And it's like one of those little squishy kind of plastic pens. It's not a metal.
You're going to need a jean jacket for all these pins.
I have 2 jean jackets.
But aren't they full of pins?
Almost. And this is cool. Nightmare Before Christmas socks.
That is cool.
I don't know if they're going to fit me properly. They'll probably come down right below my calf.
No, but you know what you could do is Ken Page is coming to Steel City.
Oh, yeah.
And he did the singing voice, I believe, of Jack. You could always have him sign them.
Huh.
And then Chris Sarandon, who did the voice of Jack, which I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
He's also going to be there. You could have him sign them as well.
Wow.
And now you've got
A collectible. Something I could sell on eBay.
money. Money.
Interesting. Okay. I like where you're going there. And lastly, this is outside of the Deadpool bow tie. This is pretty awesome. You got a Goonies t-shirt.
Oh my God, that is great. I have seen a lot of Goonie shirts over the years, and it's the key.
Yes.
Like, this is great. And it says never say die.
It's just a really great graphic on there.
Now I'm going to take this time to talk to Hollywood one-on-one. This is you and I discussing. Hollywood? You know, don't touch it. Leave it alone.
God.
I know you're thinking about doing this grown-up Goonies thing, and then everybody's on, but let's rethink this.
Grown-up Goonies. Like, are we revisiting with the same cast?
Some of them. That's where this is. Yeah.
So they're coming back.
I guess.
To what?
I don't know. Don't
Just
let it alone.
We don't have to touch
We
everything. Just because it was a big money maker and still making money and still finding fans to this day.
Still got T-shirts.
Yeah. Don't do this. Please, we beg of you. It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. I know when I sometimes, like, I'm at my parents scrolling through the cable because I don't have it anymore. Now, come across, you hear that drum beat from Good Enough kick in, and you're like, I know what I'm doing for the rest of the afternoon.
Right. It's a day changer.
It hits this part in you, this, like, child that's like, I love this movie so much, please don't touch it.
It's like, you're really gonna jack it. It's gonna mess it up. And I know people get real dramatic and like, oh, you killed part of my childhood. Obviously no, but still, it's just like, why mess with something like that? Now you'll have people, if it sucks, it's going to now have this relative,
this stink on it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, and then everyone's gonna talk about how like every time you see the original one, they're gonna talk about the remake, and there's gonna have to be, when you say Goonies, someone's gonna be like, hey, you mean the remake or you mean the original? And it's just
like with Ghostbusters. Thanks guys for fucking that up.
I mean, and I enjoyed the remake of Ghostbusters. You did not like it? Why?
I hated it so much.
Or are you a really big, like, purist fan of Ghostbusters?
I did love I mean, Raven and I watched it all the time. All the time. So yes, I loved it.
Okay.
But I don't, and it's not that, you know, a lot of people hate it. They're like, oh, they shit all over it. You know, they made it with women. I don't care that they made it with women. I had 3 fundamental issues with it.
Okay.
1, if you're going to have the entire original cast in the movie, have the original cast in the movie. All these little one-off cameos were just, they drove me up a wall.
Annoying.
Yes.
Okay.
2, I hated what they did with Chris Hemsworth. Annie Potts was not this thing that they sat around and lusted after, you know, and made incessant jokes about how beautiful he was and how dumb he was. She was just quirky, and she was their assistant.
Right.
His whole role just
was just stupid.
Yeah.
Pretty and stupid.
Yes. And then there was the song. Dear God, the song. The Fall Out Boy remake of...
no, I was not a fan of that. No.
I'm pretty sure Ray Parker sold his soul along with the rights to that song. Like, he's okay with anyone using it because he gets paid.
Really? Because I thought that there was I thought he was kind of pissy about it.
Well, it was in the beginning of the movie.
Right.
So why not just use it?
Yeah.
He obviously let you use it. Just use it.
Yeah.
You don't need to let Fall Out Boy shit all over it.
Yeah, because I thought that he was just I thought I read something they were saying nobody even asked.
Really?
If I would redo a new song or something like that. And it's like, oh.
It's like, you still get paid for this one.
Right.
It's in commercial. The people use it all the time. Your royalties
Yeah.
are probably insane. You probably don't even have to work, because when was the last time you made music?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know the last time I saw. I wasn't even sure Ray Parker Jr. was still alive until they were like, Ray Parker Jr. is a little bit upset about this.
That's so funny.
About not being asked. I was like, oh, he's still alive. Good for him. I didn't know he was doing anything. Okay.
And there wasn't enough ghost busting for me. It was too much setup. Big overture. Show.
And I think they're probably trying to prepare for a sequel.
Which they probably won't get, because they didn't do very well.
Yeah.
Now, Kate McKinnon, loved her.
It was a really great role, yeah.
Leslie Jones, loved her. Mm-hmm. Melissa McCarthy,
She was all right.
she was all right. She was Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig let me down a lot.
I'm not a really big fan of Kristen Wiig in general.
Oh, I was just like, really?
Everything I see her do is always the same character. Characters she does on SNL. My dogs, I don't know why they are just going nuts, howling right now. They do this
Howling.
ever so
It's so cute.
So, all right.
Yes. So that's my little diatribe on Ghostbusters. And that's what I fear about these
These
remakes and revivals.
I don't think I have. I don't know. I have to really think about it. I don't recall there being any remake that I'm like, yeah, totally about it. Fright Night. I gotta say, and I don't know, and that could again, there's just a lot of factors involved because I don't think I saw the original.
It's so good.
Fright. I've seen it now,
It's so
but
good.
I don't think I saw it before I saw the remake.
First pair of boobs I ever saw in film in Fright Night.
And it says a lot. Like that kind of movie, you can't really see it in 2014 or whatever for the first time. It should have been something that I watched in the 80s to appreciate and then build on and blah, blah, and, but I gotta say, the remake though, Colin Farrell, he's the kind of vampire that I'm looking for. He killed that role.
He did. He really
much
did.
Better than I thought he would.
Now, he is responsible for 2 movies that I reluctantly enjoy, but wish had called something else.
Uh-huh.
Fright Night is the first. I wish they hadn't called it Fright Night. I wish it had just been about vampires, and he wasn't Jerry Dandridge. He was just a vampire.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
I would have loved
Fair
it.
enough.
What they did with the David Tennant, I can't even talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, I really, really hated that because, Peter in the original was so, he was not a joke like that. He was a joke, but he wasn't Chris Angel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then he has Colin Farrell has Total Recall. Again, not a bad movie.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be called Total Recall.
That's absolutely true, yeah.
Now, I understand it's closer to the original short story. Mm-hmm. But still, you didn't need to call it Total Recall.
Yeah.
Could have called it anything else.
Yeah.
And people would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. Not so much to really go back to it, but I walked away it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once again, I also really didn't have any great tie-ups with the original Total Recall. It was just meh, I've seen it, whatever.
Again, part of our childhood. We love all things Arnold growing. It was all Arnold all the time.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so finally, I have November Pop in a Box.
Pop in a Box.
Which, this one, I'm not as excited about.
You're still doing one a month, right?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, but it's Return of the Jedi Leia.
Yeah, I don't care. It's a Star Wars Princess Leia boosh.
Yeah, it's the when she came to find Han and she had the thermal detonator. That's what's in her hand, is the thermal detonator.
Okay.
So she went to Jabba's palace and threatened Jabba with this thermal detonator to release Han.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it.
Sure. Nope. Don't care. So
Yeah, that one.
I think I'm going to do some
I
sort
mean, the artwork on it's kind of neat, like the sculpting of the face and
Yeah.
stuff. But
there's just no place for it in my...
can you take the head off and she's under there? That would be cool.
It would be cool, but I don't think that's the case.
I don't think Funko does that.
No, I think that... Yeah, I don't think...
Gifting.
Yep. I think I might do a little thingy on Twitter.
Oh, they have
this
the
one.
penis neck on the back.
Ew.
There was this, what did they say it's called?
Bib Fortuna.
Yes, Bib Fortuna. I always thought, growing up, I always thought it looked like he had a big old giant
Yep.
wiener around his neck.
Oh, well. Can't
That
win
is
'em all.
kind of, yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I guess I need to really go back into my my thing and check off, like, okay, no Star Wars, I don't care. Or at least be more specific, because I guess I didn't realize how it would feel. There's some of them like Star Wars or Star Trek. I was like, I don't know if I would want that or not.
Yeah.
And I realized that I don't.
That would be so upsetting to wait for it all month. I'm getting a Funko.
Yeah.
I got
Like, really? Guys?
that one. You couldn't give me like R2 or BB-8.
Yeah,
Like,
I would have been happy with like just a regular old Luke or regular Han or regular Leia.
yeah,
I would have been fine with that.
right.
But this, boring.
Yeah, that's no fun.
All right, speaking of boring, Gingerbread, Season 3, Episode 11. Original air date January 12th, 1999. Written by Jane Espenson. Directed by James Whitmore Jr. Summary: after discovering the corpses of 2 young children bearing a symbol linked to the occult, Joyce spearheads a campaign to rid Sunnydale of witches. Moo. We have obviously Christine Sutherland as Joyce, Elizabeth Ann Allen as Amy Madison, Jordan Baker as Sheila Rosenberg, and Armine Shimmerman as Principal Schneider. So we finally get to meet Mrs. Rosenberg.
I want to meet Ira.
We never, ever, ever do.
Never.
And this is the only time we see.
His name is Ira. Like,
This is the only time we see Willow's mom, right?
yeah, the only time.
She doesn't ever show up again.
No. So we open up on, a typical Sunnydale evening. Buffy's out patrolling, but she has a special guest.
Mom shows up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what are you doing? I brought some snacks.
How long has she been following her too? And how'd she know where she was? Like, did she low jack Buffy at some point?
Probably. That makes sense. That would...
But she just shows up and she's like, I thought we could do this together.
Why?
Why?
Why would you think
That's
that?
dangerous.
Why? That's not. I mean, why?
And she's like, get him. He's over here. Get him. Yes, kill him. You're distracting me and you're going to get us both killed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need a cheerleader.
No.
This is not helpful at all.
I do like when she's like, it's Mr. Sanderson from the bank.
So did you not know that Mr. Sanderson had died?
Yeah. You knew who he was, but apparently you didn't know him well enough to know that he had died.
Or care?
So she wanders off and she finds, she goes and she picks up this dirty ass truck from a muddy ditch. Why? Why'd you pick that up?
I don't know why she's not more concerned about where she is and what's ongoing. Like, she just saw Buffy fight a vampire and then she wanders off by herself.
Yes, just like after Buffy said, stay. No, she's just like, what's over here?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
And she finds 2 dead kids.
And then that's when all hell breaks loose.
But she doesn't react at all. She's just like, oh. Oh. So my question is everyone in Sunnydale just desensitized to violence at this point? We don't react?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Because normal people would immediately start screaming.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. And the other thing, we know at the end of the episode that it's really one big demon.
Right.
Was he like lurking in the bushes, saw her, and then split into 2 and laid down? Like, how long had he been hanging out? Like,
Yeah, was he waiting for someone
coming?
specifically?
Yeah.
Or,
He's
what
just
if
like,
nobody
she's
come
coming.
through there?
How long were you going to hang out? Were you hoping maybe Buffy would find you? But you needed a parent.
Yeah,
you
because
needed
I don't
an
think-
adult.
Right, because Buffy's reaction was what her reaction was.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have spearheaded an organization named Moo.
Worst name ever.
So yeah, that was pretty dumb. So Buffy's feeling pretty protective of Mom now because Joyce is like, oh my god, kids are dead and symbols, and so Buffy takes Symbol to Giles for him to find out what did it.
I love that she tried to draw it on. He's like 12th century people. No, don't write it on there. Because she just grabs a book and she's just going to write it. Or like a parchment or something. And she's telling her mom the night before, she's telling her, calm down, Buffy, or, Joyce is like sobbing. And she's like, calm down, calm down. I love the quick cut that don't tell me to calm down. Yes. She's like yelling at Giles. And he's just, I didn't do it.
So for whatever reason, like Buffy is taking this one very seriously because I hope that because they're children, as well as the fact that her mom has seen it and she was there, and I don't know, her mom was really struck by it. I don't know, this episode really kind of sucks.
Well, and that's what I was wondering, like, did she not really react because the demon had already like thrown its pixie dust in her face?
Yeah,
and that's why she was so calm. Yeah, like,
I'm still not sure. And do we ever find out exactly what his purpose was?
That's what it just likes to fuel hatred between humans.
Okay.
Giles, somewhere towards the end, makes this random comment about...
I love those random, like, real quick, quick, like, wrap-ups. It's
yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, he just likes to fuck around.
He feels his fun.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right, I guess. So the kids are all at lunch, and... so Xander and Oz have not really been alone since all that shit went down. I don't think Xander's ever apologized. And they're not really talking.
Which I'm really kind of fucked up about. That's kind of messed up.
We had Cordelia and fake Willow will eventually get their moment together where they try to talk their shit out. But Xander and Oz never really do. Is that how guys work? That's just what they do?
It doesn't make any sense because, I mean, Xander, for all his faults, he should have been at some point, like, even if we didn't hate, because neither one of them are very good with, like, long, drawn-out chats.
Yeah. So
he should have just been like, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's it.
That's all I would have needed.
And Oz would have just been like, yep. All
respect.
Right.
But now they've got this awkward thing happening. And was it there at lunch?
Yeah, they're at lunch, and Amy and Willow come and sit down, and Oz is like, I haven't seen you all day. Where have you been? And Xander's like, not with me. No. Ask anybody. No.
Nobody cares. Just stop being
and
weird.
Even everybody at the table's like, dude.
At this point, it's probably been a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got Amy there, and, we've pulled Amy out of nowhere because we haven't seen her since season 2?
Season 2, yeah, when she made Buffy a rat. Now she's got she's dyed her hair brown. And
she's got this, that's such a terrible haircut. It's like a really exaggerated bob.
Yeah.
And, yeah, hair is dark.
But apparently, her and Willow have been studying magic together.
Okay.
We're supposed to believe.
Sure.
Even though she hasn't been around at any other point
ever
before.
Nope.
And there's been plenty of situations where they could have used someone's help that knew a little bit more about magic.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's the question of Amy. Why are you fucking with magic still? You turn people into a rat.
Yeah.
You almost got Xander killed.
Yep.
Why are you still... your mother was insane. Why are you still messing with magic?
That should have been enough for her to just walk away from it altogether.
Or for Giles to strip her of her powers.
Yeah. Because she obviously doesn't know what she's doing. Or she does. And then we find out much later that she doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't. And there's an episode in the 5th season where the Watchers Council comes and interviews everyone, and they want to know what proficiency level Tara and Willow are at.
Yeah.
And they're like, hi? 7? So we're supposed to believe that the Watchers Council cares about things like this.
Right.
Why are they letting Amy run around unchecked?
Yeah. This is true because they have like a coven of witches or something, right?
Yes.
That can sense these powers around. So Amy should have been on their radar.
Yep.
And yeah, somebody should have come along and been like, hey, Giles, you need to get this girl.
Yeah, but no, we just leave her run around, and even into the comics, she's still causing problems.
Nah.
But Joyce comes to the school because she's still so upset. I don't know why she's there, actually. She's just running her mouth off.
She's just, wandering around kind of aimlessly.
And it's like, woo, we don't talk about this in public.
You're a slayer and fighting vampires.
Yeah, no, Mom. Can we go talk in the... And that's when we see this 90s pantsuit that Joyce has on.
Joyce.
There is garland on the pockets. I
Sally Jesse
don't understand.
Raphael.
Look at that. Look at the garland.
Oh, Joyce.
It's such a 90s pantsuit.
It is. It's so, oh my goodness. So, I mean, before Joyce shows up, Buffy is telling the gang about what happened the night before, that her mom was there, blah, blah, blah. And Willow, she a couple of times, she says, your mom would take the time to do that with you.
Yeah.
Like, your mom cares enough, basically, to know what you're doing, to take an interest in you and your life. Uh-huh. And all I'm thinking is that this is a poor cry out for help. This
it really
poor
is.
baby.
Yeah.
Like, she is being neglected.
And what is it about this week that she's suddenly, we learned so much about her mom?
Right.
Like, she's never brought it up before.
But now it's really troubling her that her mom does not care about what's going on in her life. Someone needs to call Child Protective Services.
Really? Like, quickly. She's alone too much.
Too much. And I feel so bad for her.
So we go to, Joyce mentions that she, is going to hold this rally to talk about these things. And Buffy's just horrified. You called everyone you know? Well, I'm sure there won't be that many people there. Everyone in town, it looks like, is there.
Yeah.
There's flyers with the dead kids. But who took these? Where'd these pictures even come from? No one's questioning any of this.
No.
They're just like, dead kids.
Yep.
That's all anyone sees is dead kids.
Mob mentality.
Mm-hmm. And this is when we meet Sheila.
Who is very self-involved and very, kind of flighty.
Yeah, she calls Buffy Bunny.
Ugh. And she comes along and I guess she just now notices her daughter's new haircut from August.
From August. Mm-hmm.
You don't,
and this is after Christmas.
You don't live with her?
You don't see her every day?
Like, what are you doing?
You don't say goodnight? Like, what?
Like, what is going on in the Rosenberg house? Mm-hmm. Those parents do not see Willow ever?
Never.
Are they always out of town? Are they just out,
They were out of town when that bookcase landed on her. They had to call him back.
Right. Ugh.
So then Giles comes up, and seriously, is this the first time they've talked to each other since Band Candy? Because it's awkward as fuck.
I think it is.
It's just rude. Like, you should have, you had sex twice. You don't call a girl, like.
They don't even try.
No.
Like, there should have been a conversation.
And I love that he's like, oh, hello, Mrs. Joyce. Way to be weird. No one meant, even Buffy's not like, all you did was make out. Come on, guys. Stop being weird.
Oh, that's right. She doesn't find out.
She doesn't know yet. Yeah. And Joyce plays it cool. She's just like.
Well, she's under a different influence now.
Yes.
A different magical force that has caused her tumor.
I was going to say, we wonder why this poor woman ends up with a brain tumor.
This is ridiculous. Yes, this is at least the third time she's been under some spell.
Yeah.
That she's had to push down.
And yet they give the tumor to her, not Giles, who's been knocked out about 30 times over the course of the series.
Which I do enjoy the fact that Cordelia throws that out. She brings that up. She's like, how many times have you been knocked out anyway?
So the mayor gives the opening speech, and...
Which I wonder, does he know what's really happening?
I don't know. I choose to believe maybe he does, but I would have loved like an angry scene with him and his deputy mayor. Like, seriously, I'm tired of evil just coming in here. You need to check with me first.
Coming in my town.
Because I got plans this year. Like, I got shit in the works. And I don't need this.
Right, this is being real extra. This is taking me off my game.
Yeah.
This is distracting and it's causing too much attention on the evil that I need to do.
Is this another demon he promised a campaign promise to?
But I don't know why he would have, why?
Yeah.
Unless it was just for the simple fact of getting rid of any witches.
That could have stopped him.
Yeah. That could be it.
So he introduces Joyce, and she immediately is like, Mr. Mayor, you're dead wrong. Silence is this town's problem, which, point.
Yes.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. Then she starts talking about vampires and skinnings. She's mentioned skinnings.
I don't understand. I was very caught off guard with that one, too. I was
when was there a flaying? That doesn't happen until much later.
No.
And you're unfortunately no longer with us when that happens. So who got skinned?
Maybe she's talking about the fish boys.
Oh,
the swimmers.
yeah. Maybe that, yes.
Okay.
Maybe that's who she's talking. Ugh. See, I hate that episode so much. I completely forgot about it. Gross.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Joyce.
But still. And she throws out there the word Slayers.
Yeah. And Buffy's like, hey.
And
mean
Giles
the
is like,
band? You mean the band Slayer? Yeah. Those guys suck.
and even the mayor is in the back like, and then he's gone. And you don't see him the rest of the entire episode.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna go.
I think I had a trip planned. I'll be back when this shit's done. Thank you. So then we see some weird dark ritual, and it's like, oh shit, are there like... no, it's Willow.
There's Willow and Amy and the boy version of a witch.
Yes,
Some
Michael.
Warlock boy.
And, they try to throw you because they're using the symbol, and they try to make you believe...
The really ominous dark music and
It's like, no, we know Willow didn't kill some kids. Amy?
No.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know enough about Michael.
We'd been better off not seeing Willow in that circle.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely believed that Amy killed those kids.
Yep. So then the mob mentality is starting to happen at school, and, this jock is trying to beat up Michael, and I don't like that she's like, well, what if I, you gonna do that to me? And he's like, get in my face and see. You're gonna punch a girl in school.
Yeah.
Really?
There's some really fucked up dynamics between, there's a lot of abuse towards women.
Yes.
Going on in Sunnydale.
Yes, there is. And then, of course, Buffy dips her head in, and they're just like, no problem, because she will whoop your ass.
Yeah, apparently she has quite the reputation established for herself.
And yet, she saves them both, and they're just like, Michael's kind of pissed, and I get it, because he couldn't...
Well, then learn to fight.
Learn to fight.
That's all I'm saying. If you want to defend yourself so badly, learn how to do it.
Yep.
And do it. Don't be getting pissed and mad when a woman comes up and basically calls him out.
Called him out, and
they cowered.
And then here comes my Cordy burn
Nah.
for the week. And she's telling them, basically, if you're going to hang out with losers like that, what does she say? That's what you get when you hang out with freaks and losers. Believe me, I know. She starts to walk away, turns back, and she goes, that was a pointed comment about me hanging out with you guys.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like, I get it. Thanks. That's all I need. You can go now.
Appreciated.
She really has reverted to form. Mm-hmm. It's pretty, but like, she's full on Cordy.
Yeah.
And yet, have you ever noticed every time she's there, bitching, insulting, always alone?
Yeah.
No Cordettes.
She is.
No Harmony.
She does actually she comes around specifically to be a bitch.
Yeah.
And she's alone.
Always alone.
It's like, well, why are you like always around?
Just
Still.
go back. It's fine to be friends with them.
Right. You can continue to be a bitch to Xander and cuss him out all you want.
Yeah.
Buffy had zero to do with any of that. Mm-hmm. And sure, Willow can you can cuss her out too. But I guess it's just Cordy.
Could we not get like a little scene where Oz is like, come on, I was hurt too, but let's be the bigger people. Evil's afoot.
Yeah. But the thing is that I don't think Cordy either wants to admit or at this point just doesn't care that much about humanity.
She doesn't.
About mankind.
Nope. It's all about her.
Yeah.
So then Buffy's looking for Willow, and she comes across her notebook and sees the dead kid symbol on Willow's notebook. And I do love that she's like, you need something? What is this? A doodle? I doodle. You do doodle too.
It's very cute.
It is. It's adorable. It's Willow.
I do doodle.
And then we find out that all the lockers are being searched.
Oh, shit.
And there's serious stuff happening, and Xander's worried about the fucking porn in his locker.
It's like I think they all expect there to be porn
in your locker.
17-year-old boy's locker.
Yeah. Let's worry about your friend, because we just found out they're looking for witch stuff. Let's worry about your friend that's got witch stuff.
There is literally a witch hunt happening right now.
And who's worried about what? Cordelia's worried about her imported hairspray.
Nobody wants your imported hairspray. No. Get your grubby custodial hands off of that.
She's such a classist. Wow. Like, she's such...
Wow.
Is she the child of Richard and Emily Gilmore? She's the child they wanted.
Yes. So they're going through, and then Willow finally, she's freaking out because she's got stuff in her locker, and she admits to Buffy, it's like, hey, this symbol that I was doodling and, the stuff in my locker was all to do with a protection spell for you, for your birthday, that Michael and Amy and I were doing.
Yeah.
And now it's broken because I told you about it, so happy birthday.
Yeah. But I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, so that's what her and the kids were doing when they wanted to make us believe that they were the ones who killed the kids. So that was their little ritual happening. But my question is, why did she never come back to doing a protection spell over her? If you can do a protection spell over your Slayer friend,
why don't she does do it one other time, but Buffy is too preoccupied with Faith, and she leaves it. Like, they have this cute little scene, and she's like, I made it less stinky. And
is that like a talisman?
Yeah. Take it out with you. And then Faith shows up, and it's during that whole bad girls thing.
Okay.
And she leaves it on the bed.
Oh.
And Willow's just like, stupid. Like, she's so hurt. Yeah, and you're just like... And then I don't think she ever tries it again. I think it's somewhere she was still a little hurt.
She's like, you know what? Fuck that bitch.
Mm-hmm. So then what I don't get is that, like, Snyder's like, Rosenberg, my office. And then Buffy just very plainly steals the big giant book out of her hands. You think Snyder would be like,
yeah, bring everything with
you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, she takes the book into the library, and we get our second Cordy burn that doesn't come from Cordy. And that's when Snyder walks in. Giles is having a shit fit about all these people stealing his books.
They're taking his books.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose it at any moment. He's shitting bricks.
And he calls Snyder a homunculus. Which I'm sure Buffy didn't even know what he was even talking about.
What is
and
that?
then enrolls the little homunculus with, I love the smell of Desperate Librarian in the morning.
So rude. So rude. Just once, it would have been great to allow Giles to just punch Snyder in his gross little mouth. Just one time.
Although I think he gets his anyway.
Yes, he does. Just Giles, that personal.
Yes.
He really needed
Maybe right before graduation.
Yeah, he really needed that.
Knowing that shit was going to go down the way it did, he should have just had a moment in the hallway where he punched him. And then there's Snyder at graduation with a big old black eye. That would have been hilarious. I would have loved that.
So while Giles is freaking out and Snyder is reveling and making Giles freak out, there's talk. He talks to Buffy about Moo. He mentions to her about Moo, mothers opposed of the occult.
Yeah.
And Buffy's like, that's the weakest name ever. Who the fuck thought of that? And Snyder's like, the club president, or the organization's president. I believe you call her Mom.
It's, oh, God damn it. That's so embarrassing. You're like, really? Really? All this is going down because of my mom?
Yeah.
And then we get another instance of child abuse with Willow. Her and Sheila are going over everything that was in Willow's locker, and she's telling her, I love the Willow. It's the Willow group.
Yes. We're going to go ahead and try to play a little bit of that scene.
Wish you could have identified with something a little less icky, but developmentally speaking.
Mom, I'm not an age group. I'm me. Willow group.
Oh, honey. I understand.
No, you don't. Mom, this may be hard for you to accept, but I can do stuff. Nothing bad or dangerous, but I can do spells.
You think you can, and that's what concerns me. The delusions.
Mom, how would you know what I can do? I mean, the last time we had a conversation over 3 minutes, it was about the patriarchal bias of the Mr. Rogers show.
Well, with King Friday lording it over all the lesser puppets.
Mom, you're not paying attention.
And this is your way of trying to get it. Now, I have consulted with some of my colleagues, and they agree that this is a cry for discipline. You're grounded.
Grounded? This is the first time ever I've done something you don't like and I'm grounded? I'm supposed to mess up. I'm a teenager, remember?
You're upset. I hear you.
No, Ma, hear this. I'm a rebel. I'm having a rebellion.
Willow, honey, you don't need to act out like this to prove your specialness.
No, I'm not acting out. I'm a witch. I can make pencils float. And I can summon the 4 elements. Okay, 2, but 4 soon. And I'm dating a musician.
Oh, Willow.
I love how she's most disgusted by that she's dating a musician.
Oh, Willow.
So there's this whole thing where, you know, her mom is trying to psychoanalyze her, which has got to be exhausting to have a parent who's a psychologist.
Yeah.
Like that. And I guess we just get a complete glimpse as to what poor Willow's life is like. Just her mom trying to put her in an age group or...
The first conversation over 3 minutes since Mr. Rogers.
So Willow was like all of what, 6?
Yeah.
7
That's
maybe?
really sad.
Yeah.
But then things go from bad to worse. And I don't know why Willow decides to say all of the things she then decides to say. Like, were you really trying to get yourself burned at the stake? Because she's like, I worship Satan.
Yeah.
I worship Beelzebub. See any goats laying around? No, because I killed them all. And then she just starts saying, like, come to me, Satan. Fill me with your black, naughty evil. Oh, you're the one that caused all this. You took it too far.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why she did that. I don't know why
I don't get it.
That was a good idea.
That's the rebellion.
Yeah. That you shouldn't think that one through.
You should.
all the way.
Those things. You're making their point.
Yeah.
Is what you've done.
Maybe she just didn't think her mom would try to burn her at the stake, which should be a fair assumption about your mom.
Yep. So we get Joyce and Buffy. Buffy's telling Joyce, Giles needs those books. This is how we solve things. This is how we do things. And you took them all.
And Joyce is like, oh, he'll get them back when we go through it and deem which ones are good and what's not hurtful and harmful to Joyce.
Which, okay, you do have a fair point there because it is a school library.
It's true. Those books should not have just been out and about.
No. Why did he mix them in with the regular...
You have a fucking cage.
Right.
Right? Just put those books
in an
back there in
office.
a locked cage.
And a house.
You have a home.
Yes. That's why in seasons 4 and on, for a while, they do hang out at his house. And then the magic shop, which makes much more sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe it was the show's fault for pigeonholing him into a library.
Yeah.
But don't put the books on the shelves. We don't need Steinbeck and demons. How many times? So you are the cause of Jonathan's fascination with magic.
Yeah, you just leave that stuff out lying around. Because as far as I know, as far as I can tell, I guess Sunnydale doesn't have a public library.
No, apparently not. We're lucky they have an espresso pump.
Yes.
So then, you know, Buffy's all like, just so pissed. Nice acronym, Mom.
Yeah.
You know, and she storms out because Joyce has told her that even though she fights evil, it's all kind of fruitless. She never really defeats anything.
Yeah, and that's pretty fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up.
I was very upset with Joyce about that, and I know she's under spell and all right now, but I feel like that was kind of like partially Joyce anyway.
Yes.
So she tells Buffy, "Is like, are there any less demons? That since you've been fighting? Like, wow,
thanks.
Like your whole shit's fruitless.
I risk my life every week, but okay,
Thank God. Yeah, I'm just actually I've stopped several apocalypses.
Yeah. We now need to know the plural of apocalypse, thanks to Buffy.
Right.
But fuck you.
Thanks, Mom.
So she runs out in a huff, as she should. And Joyce is just like, I'm just trying to do the right thing. And the dead kids are talking to her. So we do know that she's under some kind of spell.
Right.
So then Buffy and Angel are in the park. And Angel's like, yeah, I heard about that. People are talking. People are even talking to me. Why are you surprised that people are talking? You are a 6-foot+ man who's beautiful, even though you're a whiny little bitch.
Right. Nobody knows
You're a very
that from
good-looking
right off.
man. Of course people are going to talk to you.
Well, where is he hanging out, though?
Right.
That's
is he
my
at the
question.
espresso pump getting coffee and people are like, you hear about the dead kids? I did, actually. Thank you. Me?
Talking to me?
Yes, I did.
Can I buy you a cookie? Let's talk more about the dead kids.
So then Buffy, this is a number of instances where we see that Buffy really is not the smartest person in the world, because she's talking about how it all makes her think about the boy who stuck his finger in the duck. And Angel immediately is like, Dyke, and she looks at him
like,
straight. It's another word for damn. So not only did she think that the story was about a boy sticking his finger in a duck,
Why did that make sense to her, though?
but she
Like,
also
why
didn't know that Dyke meant damn.
Right. I don't understand how that story still made sense enough
No.
for her to like do a recall. of
Right,
it
right.
And make a comparison.
So the story, right, is that the boy sticks his finger in the dam to stop the water from coming out. Mm-hmm. Did she think that there was water gushing out of a duck?
That was going to trash the town?
Oh, Buffy.
Why would that be a problem?
Buffy.
And where in the duck did the boy stick his finger? Please tell me it was his mouth.
Right.
His beak.
And she does. She sees that story makes a lot more sense now.
Oh, God.
How has it not been keeping you up at night thinking that this boy stuck a finger in a duck to save a town?
Oh, my God.
I don't understand how your brain works.
Oh. And even Angel is just like...
And I like you because of why I don't.
Dyke is another word for damn.
And then he tells her, yes, we keep fighting. You taught me that. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you. Be evil. Be evil.
Evil. You're so much more interesting when you're in jealous.
Then he makes her feel a little bit better. And we cut to Giles in the library, pissed at his computer.
He's having a hissy fit.
He calls it a fad. And then remarks about, yes, that's right, I called you a fad, and I'll do it again.
Giles is getting amped. He's ready to fucking lay hands on this computer.
I do love that Xander, like, peeks over his shoulder. Frisky Watchers chat room, Giles. What was he looking up, though, I wonder?
I don't know. He was very upset about the whole damn thing.
But it's Angel that actually triggers Buffy's memory of, you know, he mentioned something about the kid's parents.
Right.
And she's like, huh.
So he's like, what do we know about these kids?
Nothing.
Not even names.
Yeah.
We didn't even know their names. And so they started doing some research.
Some giant leap research. They fall down this path very quickly, and it makes no sense how they...
So, I mean, what did they do? They just Googled... Not even Googled. They just...
I don't know what she did. It makes no sense. Like, dead kids? Did she search for dead kids?
I think
two
that's
dead
what,
kids.
2 dead kids, because he didn't have any names, didn't really have any ages. 2 dead kids in town.
2 children found dead. And we find out that this has been happening every 50 years.
But it does. They're the only results that come up.
Yes. And we find out that it's after much research and many articles about 2 kids here. And at first they're like, well, that was years ago. That's not related. And then Willow starts finding more things.
I mean, it's the actual picture
of the same kids.
Right.
Hans Strauss and Greta Strauss.
So we go all the way back to what looks like something from Grimm. Mm-hmm. And
it's the first time we've ever seen names. And
yes. So there's like... I don't know who digitized that or where that came from.
Right. Who put that on microfiche? I don't... Who scanned that article? Who's out there scanning like 1849 newspapers?
Right.
So that they're online. And Sheila bursts in the room and she's like, well, you're not minding me. I grounded you. I don't want you communicating with your cyber coven. What have you been doing since we last talked? Are you Googling? Are you using Yahoo?
Have you been on some GeoCity sites?
Yeah, and she's like, and even Willow's like, Cyber Coven? I thought you didn't believe me. Well, I talked to some people.
Yeah.
Realized I was being a little closed-minded.
Turns out the shit is real.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, great. Now we can have a conversation.
Nope. All I can do now is let you go with love. Let me, what?
I'm sorry, what? Hello?
Huh?
Hey?
Let me go. Where are we going? And she leaves and locks the door.
Well, it should have been out of the window at that point.
Thank you.
She should have been, because this is nothing good is coming from this.
You don't have a window? As I seem to recall from season 2, you have a veranda.
Yes. Yes. Angel has come through it a couple
Double
of times.
doors.
Yes. Yeah.
No, she just lays on the bed like, I don't know what that meant.
What are you doing? Like, come on. Now is not the time to be listening and following rules from your mom. You're grounded so
Right?
fucking what? This is not okay.
It's time to go.
Yes.
It's
there's
time to go.
Something very wrong.
Very, very wrong. And yet we go back to the library, and this part makes no sense to me. I think it might have been before that, but like this whole time Giles is like, I don't get computers. Then we find the picture of the one, and he's like, can I get in there? And he starts typing, and it's like, you just found out everything we needed to, but I thought you weren't good with what did you do? How? This is why she thinks people are sticking their finger in ducks. Because everybody does everything for her.
Yeah, exactly.
So then they're like, well, we need to go get Willow. Because Michael has come in and he has just beat the fuck up.
Are we still moving here? Like I still see the. Check 1, 2. Come on, are you still going? Are you still recording?
The Matrix has taken over.
I think we are. Yeah, it's still moving. Okay. So Michael shows up.
Beat up.
He's been roughed up.
Yep.
Apparently by his parents.
By his dad.
He's like, my dad, they've gone crazy. They've gotten.
So they tell Giles is like, go in my office and lock the door. I don't know you either. I have an issue with adults right now.
It's like, I feel like I had one before going into all this. Now it's been solidified. Like, absolutely,
Yes.
I trust no adult.
None.
It's not going to happen, especially adult males. No.
So Oz is like, oh my God, we have to go get Willow right now. We got to go get Willow.
Yes, because, she's a witch.
So Buffy thinks, well, we'll just go get Mom, and she's at the head of this organization. She'll shut it all down.
Yeah, because she seemed so rational
Up until
the last
now.
time you talked to her.
And what does Joyce do? She chloroforms her ass. Where'd you get the chloroform? Number 1. Did the demon bring it to you? Is the demon hanging out at your house? Because it's on the steps like, you are helping.
Yeah, like,
Joyce's brain.
The demon is hanging out there like he's been there for a while. And he has a room.
Yeah.
He has a drawer.
Yeah. And so we find out that they've taken Amy, Willow, and Buffy to... I don't know where they are. Is this town hall? Yes, because that's where they put all
where
his
the meeting
books.
was, yeah.
So they're at town hall, which I believe is in the same building and connected to the mayor's office. So
Pretty sure.
he's not in this scene, though.
No.
And neither is Snyder.
No.
So they're all just probably like, this is too much.
Snyder's like, too far, guys. I'm going to go.
Too much. So they've chloroformed Giles as well, and he's unconscious at Joyce's house. And we see he's just getting the shit slapped out of him. We're not even sure who's doing it at this point. He's just getting his face slapped, and it's Cordelia. I don't know why she went to Buffy's. That's my question, is what's she doing there?
She claims that because her mom was throwing out all of her black clothing and her scented candles, that now she was like going to Buffy and like trying to get her to stop it.
Oh, so, okay.
Oh, I see.
Look who needs Buffy now.
Exactly, because before it was like, hey, you hang out with bad people, bad things happen to you. Moo is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
But now that it affects you and your black clothing.
Exactly. Now Buffy is the one that needs to help her.
Yeah.
Is going to fix it.
And this is where she makes the comment about, I found you unconscious again. One of these times you're going to wake up in a coma.
He is so befuddled. He's just like, wake up in a coma.
Never mind.
Not now. I can't do this with you right now.
Girl, I see why everyone hates you. I really, and that's we should make a list of all the times he has insulted her.
Oh my God.
Because it's great.
It's quite a few, and he's very good. Like the burns that she gets from Giles, very good.
Tact is probably my favorite.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Or the time when they were going to make him go research something with her, and he's like, why do I have to? Now let's go, Tact guy.
Yes. And there was also another one where she's like, well, what does this one do? What does that one do? He's like, it asks incessant questions. It's just...
He hates her.
Yes, he does.
He really does. So we're in town hall, and they're going to burn these girls alive.
Yes.
They've tied them up to big giant stakes, and Amy's a bitch. Why is Amy a bitch? Because she turns herself into a rat and leaves.
And pieces out.
Now, first of all, you should have learned the reversal spell.
Yeah.
Before you did the spell.
I'm confused. Is this the only spell that Amy knows?
I think
it
it
is.
is.
The third time she's trying to... Okay.
And yet she uses it on herself. Fuck her friends.
Right. Because why?
And Willow's like, oh.
She could have done us first.
Now, Willow, you just heard the spell. You apparently have some powers, right? You couldn't have just said the exact same spell. It's not like it's singular to Amy. It's just a spell.
Right. You say the words.
I heard it.
Have the power. Things happen.
Right.
You're right.
And yet, no, she's like, Buffy, it's too hot. And Xander, again, is with Oz, running around because they were looking for the books. They found that the books were in town hall.
Okay.
But you could, so they went back there.
Okay.
So they went to the school and then they went back there. So they're running around trying to figure out how to even get in because the guys aren't going to let them in that are guarding the door. So they're being chased by these lunkheads that are guarding the door.
They eventually go through
the vents.
Yes.
And Giles and Cordelia are racing in his shitty car to Town Hall, which town's not that big.
Shouldn't be this far.
No, this is pretty far.
I don't, like, is it at the very, very edge of town? 'Cause I'm pretty sure the town hall is usually like in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was at school, which is probably
It should have
down
been
the
across
block.
the street.
Yes.
And so he's got Cordelia mixing up some potion.
Now, to me, he said toadstool. Put the toadstool in the mix. Mm-hmm. And she's like, doesn't look like it. A toad, and he's no reason it should. It's from the inside. Stool means poop. You heard him say toadstool. Because she's just like, I hate you.
Cordelia is selectively intelligent.
She
at
is
times.
selectively intelligent.
Because I think that, she probably actually thought it was like a little mushroom
Yeah.
or something that the toad would sit on.
Yeah,
Used as a stool.
Me, I hear stool poop.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially when used in conjunction with an animal.
Yes, and a spell.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
that's
it's
absolutely poop.
It's poop. So, like, all the adults are watching these girls get burned, and she's like, Mom, you are not going to be able to live with yourself if you do this. And she's like, I'd be a terrible mother if I didn't do this.
Wow, you are awful.
Your priorities are so, the spell is making, like, casserole out of your brain. Okay, so this is the problem I have with this episode. In season 2, when they're tied up at the frat with chains and stuff, she breaks free from that.
Yep.
Buffy, so Cordelia has selective intelligence, and Buffy has selective strength.
Yes.
Because she can't wiggle herself free.
Right.
Until it's convenient.
Yeah, I thought that she would have been able to. She should have been able to have broken that.
She should have been able to kick it like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Cyborg and kick that wood once.
Yep.
And broken it in half.
Yeah, especially like once it's like getting hot and a little more weak. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why she wouldn't have been able to have gotten out of that.
We should have a special segment called Marcella's rationalizations. Because the only thing I can come up with is that she's weakened from the chloroform.
Sure.
And she's still not back to full strength. Whatever. But she should have been able to get herself.
Ropes where did they get those? Where did they get that rope?
Apparently,
like,
there's a Home Depot in Sunnydale.
It's like, how many of you have boats? Because
that's another thing. Why are there docks in Sunnydale? Where in the map of California is Sunny? Because to have docks, you have to have water. Yep. To have water, you have to have a coastline.
Mm-hmm. As far as I didn't think that they were on a coastline.
Me neither. And yet,
so it's just like in this little lake. We've got a lot of ducks. Sure.
Itty bitty. So then Giles and Cordelia come in, and Cordelia gets the fire hose because that happens in buildings, apparently. We get big, giant fire hoses. Normally, I think the code's just a fire extinguisher.
Right.
Not an actual hose. Where's the water coming from?
No idea.
But she decides to use this industrial hose to knock everyone down.
Yes.
And Buffy's like, Cordelia, the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. And yet she's like hitting Buffy in the tits, like wet t-shirt contest. It's like, put my feet out.
The fire is started on the books.
Yes.
On the floor at our feet. Could you please do something about that?
So now they're drenched. And Giles throws his potion at the two children, and they fuse into one very disgusting beast.
Gross. It's so gross. And then he's still saying the whole, kill the bad girls.
I do like that Cordelia's like, I think I like the two little ones more than the one big one.
Yes. So this guy is just, it's huge. He's
apparently,
huge.
Having two brains makes it smarter. Because for whatever reason, Buffy has finally broken free and just bent over. Mm-hmm. And it continues to just run straight into it. Because she was bent over a minute.
Yeah.
And it ran straight into it.
Right.
It had time to stop and be like, I'm not going to run into that.
It's like, no, he went right through.
I do like how she's like, did I get it?
Yes, that's
Did I get it?
Did I get it? Did I get it? Very cute.
So then we end the episode at Willow's. And she's saying, should we really be doing this in here? Is your mom going to get mad? Because they're messing with spell stuff. And she's like, no, my mom's doing that thing yours did. Selective memory. Everybody has tumors in Sunnydale. Everyone.
I can't.
How do you just pretend that none of that happened?
Like, how do you walk away from that? How do you even, I could never be okay.
No.
Even if I could rationalize and say she was under a spell, you tried to burn me at the stake.
You tried to burn me alive. You tried to kill me.
We would never be cool again.
We're done.
Never.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Emancipation.
Right, exactly. I am gone.
I'm out.
Right now. Never again will you get that chance.
No. And that goes for Joyce, too. Like, you led the revolt.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
chloroformed me.
They should have gone and started their own fucking Lost Boys tribe at that point. Like, this whole Lord of the Flies thing, because this is dumb.
Yeah. And so Buffy and Willow are trying to, they're going to do a spell to reverse what Amy has done and make her a girl again. But apparently Willow's just shit at magic at this point because it doesn't work. But my other problem with this is how much does Giles hate Amy?
Right.
Because he did a reversal spell before.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he could do it this time too because he unratified Buffy.
So they never talked to Giles about this. Giles never.
Nope.
They ever talk to
once.
Giles at all and say, "Hey, Amy turned herself into a rat. Remember when she did that to Buffy and you fixed it?"
Yeah. And how'd they find her? Because Amy ran out. Mm-hmm. How do you know that that's even Amy?
Exactly. My whole thing is it would have been great if we had found out later that it was the wrong rat.
That's why it didn't work.
Time.
That's why it didn't work.
This was just a regular rat.
And it was like, hey, I live in a house now. And Buffy makes a hilarious, she's like, oh, maybe we should get her one of those wheel thingies. And when you see her in season 4, Willow has an entire habitat for her with a wheel.
She's
kept her as a pet.
She's taking very good care of her. And I don't know if that's sweet or disturbing.
It's disturbing.
Because, I mean...
Well, it depends. I guess it depends on how
it would
conscious she is in there.
Yeah, and it would be worse to just let her go.
Mm-hmm. Because she does mention, I think, later on when she becomes a human again, that she just, just remembers gnawing on things.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't really remember being, it's not like she watched everything happen because she doesn't know anything about what's going on at school, what happened at school.
Right.
You know.
She doesn't even think she still thinks it's senior year.
Yeah. And I love that scene where she's catching up on everything. So much has happened since you've been.
Right.
It's a good, 3 years? 2 years?
I think so. Senior year, this is season 3.
Yeah. And she comes back in 6.
6.
We see her for a brief second in season 4, a very brief second.
Right. And
where she seems, she's like, and then she's a rat again. So that confuses me because when she does become full on human again, she doesn't even mention that.
No. Well, yeah, remember that time where you did some...
Yeah.
I was human for a second.
And then you let me be a rat again. At least you fed me.
Thanks.
And how come... Again, rationalizing. But how come in the very next episode, in Helpless, the town is not covered in missing photos of Amy? At any point, why does anyone not wonder where her dad...
There is never anybody... Willow and Buffy are the only two that talk about Amy.
Yep. Ever.
Because, yes, we know that they know exactly where she is. Mm-hmm. No one in town is like, what the fuck happened to Amy?
And
remember,
so
Amy
did everyone
Madison?
Just forget? They're like, didn't we see her?
Didn't she
turn into a rat?
Into a rat?
Wonder whatever happened to that rat. But no, we've all forgotten.
Yeah. And then, when she comes back and she talks about how she has to explain to her dad where she's been, I don't think your dad was worried.
No, he didn't care. He didn't give 2 shits.
No.
And
she probably thought she was off wherever her mom was.
Right. And I guess Willow does not like Michael at all because nobody called up Michael and said, hey, you want to try and help me de-ratify Amy? You know, I know we were doing this protection spell and we were cool, but fuck off. You got beat up. No. You're a pussy. Get out of here.
We don't have time for you.
No. And we never see Michael again.
Never.
He's still in Giles's office.
I was just going to assume that he got so scared that he ran away.
Yeah. Well, did anyone ever go back to the office and tell him he could come out?
No.
Giles probably went to school on Monday. Well, you're still in here? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's over. Everything.
It's done.
It's all done.
We're fine.
Your dad's fine. He forgot all about it. No, I agree with you. I think Michael just ran. Mm-hmm. Because how do you live with... Your dad beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You're lucky he didn't, because he would have burned you too.
Right. So I think Michael he was like, fuck this. I'm out.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. I'm a little bit bitter about the fact that there are no missing. Mm-hmm. There's no talk of Amy ever.
No. Even if, let's say, 4 or 5 episodes down the line, we got a quick cut of someone stepping on a missing picture.
Just standing by it.
Yeah.
Walking near it.
Seeing it on a bulletin board at school. Fine. We didn't have to talk about it.
No. Maybe one day a teacher says something about, has anybody seen Amy Madison?
But no one ever mentions it. It's rude. It's almost as rude as the Rosenberg's treatment of Willow.
It is.
We need CYS in Sunnydale.
Yeah, because the disregard for these children is just off the charts, man.
Apparently she got skinned or slayed or something. Move on. We lost another one.
Yep. Oh, well. We're just going to keep on going.
We even could have gotten a quick little shot of someone at the school working on, like, the yearbook spread. Because you know how they have, like...
In memoriam?
Yes. That is the yearbook at Sunnydale.
Yeah, exactly.
There are 2 pages of photos.
Exactly. There should actually be... what makes more sense is for there to be still living. Mm-hmm. Because, that's less. There's like 2 pages.
There's just X's through all the kids they've lost. The teachers that have gone missing.
Yeah.
Why does anyone live there?
Low taxes?
Low taxes. There are no taxes.
No taxes on anything.
No.
Food, clothing, houses, whatever.
No taxes.
None.
They pay you.
Yes, could you please, actually, we pay you a property tax to stay here.
Yeah.
Because people are just dropping off left and right. All right, song of the week. There is no song.
No, but the score, again, was fantastic.
Yes, Christoph Beck.
He's so good.
I do prefer it when it's just his score as opposed to them trying to force like a pop song.
Third Eye Blind down my throat.
It's like, it doesn't ever really work all the time.
No. When they go the indie route, I enjoy it. But when they try to throw in, like, I just...
Yeah.
Like the fastball song and no.
Sarah McLachlan always tends to work.
Make you cry. And so this morning I was prepping and rewatching for like the 5th time, and I posted on our Facebook page, let us know what you guys thought of the episode. And someone did.
Oh, hello.
Yes. Geeky Walters.
Hello, Geeky Walters.
Hello, Geeky. He said I believe, because there's a guy in the picture. If it's not, I apologize. Anyway, when this originally aired in the UK, it was one of the very first episodes I saw. I thought it was amazing till I watched it a second time on DVD. I think as a kid, I was 9 at the time.
Okay.
The idea of the adults being taken over and then being under their control, not having a safe space at home, really spooked me. I was very disappointed when I saw it again a few years later, age 13 or 14, and seeing how bad it really was.
Oh, that is something to think about. The fact that those kids, that's what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
Is that the home wasn't even a safe space, and that's really intuitive for a 9-year-old.
It is. It really is. And even as a 13 or 14
right,
year old.
because I don't think I would have gotten there.
No, I was just like, this episode's bad. This makeup is bad.
It's awful.
Buffy's a functioning idiot.
I hate it.
How does she tie her shoes in the morning?
Yeah, so thank you for participating. And,
yes.
It's okay. We all have those moments where something was much better when we were 9.
Oh, yeah. I have several movies I loved as a kid, and I watch them now. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Red Sonja.
Oh. I really did love that movie as a kid.
I watched it so much. And I tried to watch it again, and it does not work out.
It does not work out at all.
All right.
This was a light episode as far as bodies dropping.
Just 2.
Mr. Sanderson.
And Hansel and Gretel.
Who only count as 1. Even though they can split themselves into 2, they only count as 1.
Yeah, he's just one demon. Hansel, Gretel. The moral of this story is... well, there's 2.
There's 2.
Mob mentality is the worst.
Really is.
And don't leave important shit in your locker. You never know when you're going to get a surprise raid.
Why would you leave all that stuff in your locker?
This is true. Like, when Buffy talks about how, this is our right. This is our personal property. No.
First word lock. No. You're borrowing that.
Exactly. You did not purchase anything. You may have purchased the lock, but that locker is school property.
Yeah.
What you put in it, that's on you.
They are welcome at any time.
Exactly.
And I bet if you even look in the bylaws of the school, it will clearly tell you.
Exactly.
It's not yours.
Exactly.
Don't put important shit in it.
It just, that's just kind of... common sense.
Goes in your bag, dude. Carry it in your bag.
Carry your bag around with if you've got really important stuff in there.
Yeah.
No.
Leave it in the library, since apparently that's where you leave everything anyway.
Yep. So, what did you guys think of Gingerbread? You can send us a voice message at 412-385-7250, or you can record it as an MP3 file and email it to revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com. Next week's episode is Helpless.
We're in such a shit swing.
It's so bad. Like, Helpless, I like Helpless more than I like Gingerbread.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's a strawberry.
But
Next week we will meet Jeff Kober for the first time.
For the first time. But he
gives me chills, like up my spine, like the bag.
Yeah. He even like shows up at other things, and I'm still just like, nah.
If he ever comes to a convention, I'm like,
never.
Sorry.
Ever. So, please subscribe, follow, and like us on Twitter and Facebook and iTunes. You can follow us on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale. Or you can follow me, Camila, at _Rugged Angel.
Or me, Marcel, at mspear7338.
All right, because this whole town went hysterical, I'm going to play Hysteria by Muse.
Grr, arg.